guys, here's some facts about pregnancy that you might not know. Identical twins share a placenta, but fraternal twins have their own placenta. And the reason they have their own placenta is because they were two individual eggs that fertilized. With identical twins, they share a placenta because it was one egg that split after it was fertilized. That is also why identical twins share the same DNA. Another fact is that the same way you got into this situation can get you out of it. That's right, having sex can induce labor. Pregnancy is usually around 40 weeks, which is a little bit longer than the 9 months that everyone is being told pregnancy lasts. If an organ is injured during pregnancy, the embryo will send stem cells to repair that organ. So during pregnancy, your baby can heal you. Here's another fact. Morning sickness doesn't always happen in the morning. It can happen at all times of the day. The reason that pregnant women have to pee so often is because there is a baby sitting on their bladder. And they're making twice as much pee. Pregnant women can only sleep on their side because of the baby. If they sleep on their backs, the baby is just laying there and it's uncomfortable. They can't lay on their stomachs because, well, there's a baby in the way. Another fact is that you can start producing breast milk way before your baby actually is ready to come out. This next fact isn't really about pregnancy, but it's about after the baby is born. So it's more like 4th trimester of pregnancy. Your baby's saliva, well, when you breastfeed, your nipples analyze your baby's saliva and change the properties of your breast milk to fit what your baby needs. I'm pretty sure you've all seen pictures of babies when they just come out and they've got this white gunk all over them, and that is called vernix. Vernix is used to lubricate the baby for an easier delivery. It's also good for the skin. So typically, it's a good idea to leave your baby covered in the vernix for a little bit. If you're planning on having a water birth, make sure the water is the right temperature, because babies instinctually take their first breath upon the change of temperature in their environment. So if the water in the tub is a different temperature than inside the womb, they're going to try and take a breath and they'll end up inhaling water. But as long as the umbilical cord is still attached and the placenta has not been delivered yet, it's still attached to the inside of your uterus, that baby can pretty much breathe underwater. It's a little superpower that you didn't know you used to be able to do. The reason that babies get shaken baby syndrome is not because they have weak neck muscles. I mean, yes, that is a factor, but that's not the main reason that shaken baby syndrome exists. The reason is because their heads are soft. Yeah, their skulls are soft, and so they don't provide as much protection as an adult skull. And they need to be soft because they have to be able to fit out that, you know what I'm talking about. A newborn's head kind of squeezes in order to fit out. When a baby is born feet first, or it is called Footling Breech. It is also called Footling Breech if just 1 foot. If one is still, can't really do this in my current situation, but if 1 foot is sticking out, is stretched out, and the other is curled up, it's called a footling breech. If a baby is born butt first, it's called a breech birth. My sister was breech, which is why my mother had a C-section with her. Now, C-sections are not required, it's just that it's a good option if your baby is breech, because there can be complications, like the baby can literally get stuck. And that's not fun for anyone. Giving birth is the second most painful experience that someone can go through. The most painful experience is burning alive. That's right, the only thing more painful than giving birth is being burnt alive. It's not being kicked in the balls. And the reason that being kicked in the balls does not hurt more than giving birth is because birth can last days. You're in pain, yet you're in excruciating pain for hours. When you get kicked in the balls, it doesn't last long. But labor pains and contractions, those hurt like a bitch for a long time. When you get medically induced, you do not get a break from the contractions, which is why it is suggested that you get an epidural if you're getting medically induced. A baby's shoulder can get stuck on the way out, and that is called shoulder dystocia. It usually just takes a bit more pushing and some more discomfort from the mother, but usually it's not a big deal.